They said marriage was beautiful. And for Ton and Amora, it truly was, at least in the beginning. They were that kind of couple that made everyone believe in love again. Always holding hands. Always laughing. Always planning for the future, a future that included a house full of children. But life had other plans. Year 1 passed. Then year 2. Then 3. Each month came with hope and ended in tears. Amora would wake up early to check her pregnancy test. Her hands shaking, heart pounding. And when that one lonely line appeared again, she'd sit on the bathroom floor and cry quietly. She didn't want Ton to hear. But he always did. He'd come in, hold her tight, and whisper, "It's okay, my love. We'll try again." They tried everything. Hospital appointments. Fertility treatments. IVF, once, twice, 3 times. Each time, it failed. After the 3rd failure, Amora broke down completely. She couldn't eat. She couldn't sleep. She couldn't even look in the mirror. "Maybe God is punishing me," she sobbed one night. "Maybe I'm not meant to be a mother." Ton took her face in his hands and said softly, "Amora, listen to me. You are my wife. You are my home. You are enough with or without a child." But behind his strength, he was breaking too. He'd smile for her, but cry in the shower. He'd hold her hand in church, but beg God in silence at night. Then came the 7th year. Their marriage was tested by whispers. People began to talk. Family members started suggesting that Ton should try again with someone else. And the cruelest part. Some women in church began to avoid Amora. They'd greet her with forced smiles. Then whisper behind her back. 7 years and still nothing. Maybe she offended God. Maybe she's barren. Each word cut deeper than any blade. Sometimes, she'd lock herself in the bathroom during family gatherings. Just to cry where no one could hear her. But she'd wipe her tears, step out, and force a smile. Because she refused to let shame define her. One night, after a particularly hurtful family meeting, Amora packed her bags. "You deserve a chance to be a father," she said quietly. "I won't hold you back anymore." Ton looked at her shocked, angry, heartbroken. He grabbed her hand and said, "Don't you dare ever say that again. I didn't marry your womb, Amora. I married your heart." She dropped the bag and cried in his arms. Months passed. Amora stopped trying. She found peace in surrender. She opened a small bakery, teaching young girls how to bake and believe in themselves again. She laughed more. She prayed differently. Not asking God for a child anymore, but for peace. Then one ordinary morning, while baking cupcakes, Amora fainted. Her assistant screamed, and Ton rushed her to the hospital. After a few tests, the nurse returned with a strange smile. "Madam, your results are out." Amora nodded nervously. "Okay, tell me." The nurse held her hand gently and whispered, "Madam, you're pregnant." Amora blinked in disbelief. "That's not possible. We didn't do IVF. We stopped everything." The doctor smiled and said, "It's natural conception, Mrs. Adewale. Sometimes, heaven just waits for the right time." When she told Ton, he fell to his knees. He cried so hard that words couldn't form. He just held her and whispered, "After 7 years, God finally smiled." Every day of that pregnancy was a miracle. Every kick, every heartbeat. Every moment felt like a divine promise coming true. They prayed over her stomach every night. And when fear tried to return, Ton would place his hand there and whisper, "You're safe. You're loved. You're wanted." 9 months later, on a rainy morning, after hours of labor and tears, Amora heard the sound that changed everything. One cry. Then another. 2 beautiful cries. Twins. A boy and a girl. They named them Olubube, God's miracle, and Temiloriwa, God is mine. Ton kissed her forehead, tears streaming down his face, and whispered, "Our wait was worth it. Every tear was worth this moment." Today, their home is full of laughter. Baby toys on the floor. Tiny socks on the couch. And the smell of cupcakes from Amora's oven. Every year on their twins' birthday, they kneel together and say, "Thank you, Lord, for remembering us." Because after 7 years of emptiness, God didn't just give them a baby. He gave them double. Delay is not denial. Sometimes heaven is silent, because it's preparing something double. When heaven finally smiles, it wipes away every year of tears.